Alright, bodybuilding fans, it's the showdown we've all been waiting for. The Prague Pro Open Division, where size isn't just encouraged, it's mandatory. On one side, we have Chris Bumstead, a man whose physique is so perfectly classic that he could be a museum exhibit. And on the other side, there's Horse MD, a guy so freakishly big that even his shadow has muscle. So let's talk physiques. Bumstead, or Cbum if you are one of his millions of fans, brings the classic flowing lines that have dominated the classic physique stage. Even in the open, he keeps the timeless shape, a small waist, broad shoulders, and a V-taper so sharp it could cut glass. Then there's Horse MD, who decided that subtlety is overrated. Picture a freight train with abs. That's Horse MD. If Cbum is the classic car of the bodybuilding world, Horse is more like a monster truck with nitrous. He's got size everywhere and he's not shy about it. Now, let's break it down body part by body part because hey, when it comes to bodybuilding, every muscle has a personality. Let's begin with arms. Cbum's arms are peak classic physique, balanced with that perfect bicep to tricep ratio. They're like the James Bond of arms, classy but still packing a punch. Meanwhile, Horse MD's arms are like the Hulk's. They are so thick they look like they could wrestle a bear and win. Cbum's got the shape, but Horse has the sheer size that says, I lift boulders for fun. And now moving on to the legs. Cbum's quads are sliced and diced like a Michelin star chef's prep work. His lines are cleaner than a fresh haircut, but Horse, oh boy, his legs look like tree trunks that went to the gym. You could park a car on those things. If Cbum's legs are built for sprinting, Horse's are built for stomping through the walls. And now for those two slabs of meat we call the chest. When it comes to the chest, Cbum has that wide, balanced spread. A chest that says, yes, I look great, but I can still fit through the doorways. Horse, on the other hand, has a chest that enters the room 10 seconds before he does. His pecs look like they're ready to start a bodybuilding show of their own. And now moving on to the waist. Cbum's waist is probably his secret weapon. Small, tight, and perfectly conditioned. It's the waist every bodybuilder dreams of. Meanwhile, Horse's waist, well, it's trying its best to keep up with all that mass. In fairness, it's not easy to have a tiny waist when your quads and shoulders could take on a linebacker. And now we move on to the back. When it comes to backs, Cbum's got that elegance, wide, perfectly symmetrical, and as detailed as a Renaissance painting. His back flows beautifully with the V-taper so sharp it could cut glass, and conditioning that shows every line and groove. On the other side, Horse MD's back is all about size and thickness. It's dense, blocky, and packed with sheer muscle, like he's wearing a backpack full of boulders. His traps are huge, his lats are thick, and his back shouts power more than precision. Cbum's back says aesthetic masterpiece, while Horse MD's says don't mess with me. So pick your style, Cbum's polished art or Horse MD's brute strength. Either way, both backs are set to bring the heat on stage. And now let's talk about the key strengths of each competitor. Cbum's strength is his proportions and symmetry. Even in the open division, he looks like he was designed by an artist. everything flows just right. Horse MD's strength, he's bringing the muscle. In the open, it's go big or go home. And Horse MD definitely chose go big. If you're looking for sheer presence on stage, he's definitely got it. Now, we move on to weaknesses and potential challenges. Now, as much as we love them, even these guys have their weak spots. For Cbum, the challenge is all that open division muscle around him. Compared to the big boys, there's a risk he might look a little light, but let's be real. This is Cbum we're talking about, so light is a stretch. And for Horse, his biggest challenge is controlling that mountain of mass and keeping his conditioning dialed in. If he's a little off, that size could go from freaky impressive to just freaky. And we're not trying to watch a Halloween special here, people. And finally, for the Prague Pro Showdown prediction. Now, I'm not going to predict who's going to win the entire show. I'm just going to predict who might come out on top between Cbum and Horse MD. So, who's got the edge at the Prague Pro Open? If you're a fan of classic lines, you are rooting for Cbum to bring that balance and detail. But if you're all about that freak factor and jaw-dropping size, Horse MD is your guy. This is shaping up to be the ultimate battle of aesthetics versus sheer mass. Now, personally, I think Cbum has the more complete physique, but Horse, he's like a walking bodybuilding poster for the open division. Either way, we are all in for a wild ride. Let the games begin. And that's my take on the Cbum versus Horse MD face-off. Who do you think will dominate in the open? Drop your predictions below. Hit that like button if you like the video and you enjoy the breakdown. And don't forget to subscribe for more bodybuilding battles, bodybuilding news. And may the best or freakiest man win. I'll see you on the next one.